In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to cover the marker tools that you have on the sheet. As you can see, we've already have some data that was brought in. That was brought in a previous video. We have two layers. And now what I want to do is I want to start working with the layers on the screen. First thing I want to do is I want to show all my layers, or excuse me, show all my points. You can see all your layers by clicking on your navigation screen to the left. You see I have these two layers that are in here. Now what I'm going to do is I want to show all of these points at one time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on my map sheet. I'm going to show all markers. And when I click on show all markers, notice that all of my markers from the very bottom left here all the way up are all now being shown. This is showing me switch 3 of Verizon's cell sites in Puyallup, Washington. I also have my crime scene identified. So I'm going to go ahead and move over here because that's what I'm really interested in. I want to show the cell towers that were directly around my crime scene. So if I want to do some analysis, for example, see if any of these towers have information from a suspect I have, etc., from call detail records and other stuff. So I've already done show all points or show all markers. And that, again, that brought me in. And that took me to the map so I can see all my markers. Now what I've done is I've zoomed in a little bit more so I can save center and zoom. So now this is going to be my saved center. So when I zoom in and zoom out, that object in the middle there should be my save point. So I won't lose as you do sometimes when you scroll in and scroll out. You notice how this is trying to keep it, right there in the middle there. All right. So I have two options for showing markers: show all markers and save center and zoom. Then I have two object tools, things that I can do to my markers. So again, I'm going to scroll in here, get a little closer. And what I want to do is I want to simply show the area or the towers that are directly around my crime scene. So I'm going to map these. And the way I map these is by pressing F3. Notice that my cursor turned into a pencil. That was F3. If I hit escape, my pencil goes away. Okay. The other way I can do that is I can right click and I can sketch a path. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sketching a path. Again, I can do that by pressing F3 or by right clicking and choosing sketch a path. And what I'm doing is I'm going to sketch a path around these towers here. I want to show a direction. So I'm going to click on my first tower. Then I'm going to drag to my next tower, not drag, but I'm going to move my pencil to my next tower. I'm going to click where I want it to go. Notice that mustard line now appears. Okay, that's my path. I'm now going to create my third and final point. Now, once I've created all these points here, now what I want to do is I want to save these. So I'm going to bring up the panel that allows me to save this. So I'm going to hit F3 again. And this brings up the points that I've just created. And I'm going to put them on my default layer. Or I'm going to leave them on my default layer. And I'm going to call this cell tower angles for something. I'm going to leave it red, and I'm going to give it a medium weight. Okay. Once I've done that, I'm going to click save. Now what happens when I save that is now my object is now saved. So I can kind of see where my body is in position to the cell phone towers that were right around the crime scene here. Now I want to do a distance. I want to figure out which one of these is closest. So I'm going to do my measurement. So I've added my sketch. Now I'm going to do a measurement. I'm going to go from my point here. Now notice when I start dragging, I right clicked on it. I'm dragging my line out. Notice that when I get to my point up here, this is 2.38 miles, it's 3.83 kilometers. I'm going to right click again. I'm sorry, left click again, not right click. And now my mustard line appears. Okay. I'm going to come back. I want to do another measurement. And this measurement is going to be from, again, the base of this tower out to this tower. And now I'm going to left click again. And I'm going to right click, add measurement. left click, go down to my final tower here, and now I have measurements going out. Now notice that my measurements also remained on the map. So when I scroll in here, this tells me that this is 2.38 or 3.83 miles away. This one is 4.83 miles away. And one down here is 3.7 or 2.3 or 3.7 kilometers away. So I have distance now that I can show on my map. I also have used all of my marker tools, or all the tools available to me on my Maplink to show relative position, also draw a path. So if I want to show direction, so if I wanted to say that an individual traveled a certain road, for example, I could add that, sketch that path. I could say that he came off of I-5 and came down this road here, and then they turned in, they came up this road here, and then they came over to point. That's the path that I believe they took. I'm going to press my F3 key again. Those are all my points. Now I'm going to say direction of travel. And I'm going to make this time, I'm going to make this one a heavy blue line so it stands out, and hit save. And now you can see that I've created my driving point map. Okay, in the next video, we're going to talk about how we're going to save this out using a Windows tool.